What's up guys, it's the Undercover Swede here. I am back in the red chair, which means it must be time to talk about some smart home products. Today we're going to be talking about smart bulbs, and in particular smart bulbs which can help you maintain a healthy mental state during the winter. Studies have been pretty conclusive about this. In darker countries like Sweden, people can become extremely depressed and negative during the winter months because of the lack of light. It's a very natural thing. Now, in one of my previous videos I explained that in Sweden we have something called mysigt. This is typically where Swedes will go about changing their flats into a cozy little den to survive the winter. Now, I think this is lovely. I think it's a really nice thing, and I think around Christmas it's particularly joyful. But as the new year rolls round and you have to get up and go to work, it's not easy in that kind of condition. And studies absolutely back this up. As the sun rises, the natural light which pours into our homes is much more white and cold, and as the sun sets in the evening it becomes this glowy yellow type of colour. And that sends signals to our brain, which tells us that we should be resting and it's time to sleep. So the reason why I want to talk today about smart bulbs is because when people visit our apartment, they seem to really love the idea that you can mimic this effect with a smart bulb. The bulbs that I use and would recommend are the Philips Hue system. Now, there are many other bulbs out there, competitors to Philips Hue, but I think it's widely accepted that Philips Hue is probably the best smart bulb out there. On the more expensive side, but definitely one of the best. I would also recommend this bulb in particular if you live in a dark country and you would like to do what I'm talking about in this video and simulate daytime on those long winter nights and still retain that golden, warm, welcoming mysigt lighting in the evenings. This Philips Hue bulb can do all the Kelvin scale. That's what we call it. That's what it's called. The temperatures are measured in kelvins. It does all the way from that warm glow to that really sort of cold hospital light, which I tend not to use, but this bulb can do it. Smart bulbs in general, they all work very similarly. They have the same connection as a normal bulb. So to demonstrate, this is probably what 99% of us have in our homes, some form of this, and this will screw in like absolutely like a normal bulb. Yes, you can use a smart bulb. Yes, you can use a smart bulb in a normal plug socket and in a normal way. You can flick it on and flick it off. But in order to get the smart features working, you need to keep the bulb always on. If the bulb is off and you're trying to change settings and there's no power reaching that bulb, I'm afraid it won't work. So you need to have the switch on. But you can use them like normal bulbs. That's a question I get a lot. If you're investing in the Philips Hue system, you will also need a hub. This is a small white box which plugs into your router and allows the bulbs to communicate with your Wi-Fi. Some other bulbs, for example the LifeX bulbs, they don't require hubs, and there are multiple options. Even IKEA are currently selling smart home bulbs, so that's worth looking into because I think they're very cost effective. Whatever smart bulb system you choose to go with, I'm now going to demonstrate how you can go about setting up this sort of simulating daytime in the colder winter months. Here we are at the demonstration side of today's video, and I have here set up one of the Philips Hue white ambient bulbs. My hub is already set up, of course, and after you have done that you will need to run the Philips Hue app. There's many videos on YouTube about how to do this, so I won't run through that process, but it's relatively straightforward. After you've run through setup, there are a number of different apps that you can use. There are many on the App Store, but my recommendation is for this app here. It's called the iConnect Hue app, and I find this to be probably the best alternative to the Philips Hue app. And it's this one that I'm using for today's demonstration. So in the video right now, I have the bulb set to a cold light, a daylight light. And as you can see, the bulb's doing a pretty good job of mimicking the sunlight that's coming into the flat. So if I drag the bulb through the Kelvin scale, you can see that the bulb begins to turn warmer and warmer and warmer and warmer still. Now, for me, this is not what we're aiming for. We have a warm light inside and we have bright daylight outside. It's 12 o'clock here in Sweden. It's about as bright as it gets during the winter. It will be dark in a few hours. And we have this warm light, and this is what we really want to avoid at this time of the day. When we have lights on at this color, we're getting a similar lighting in our flats to what is happening outside. Now, the purpose of this video is to also discuss that when the sun goes down, which will be around 3 o'clock in Sweden, even earlier if you're up north, I would recommend that we maintain this sort of light color. The reason why I'm advocating this is because this light color mimics daylight and helps your brain to stay awake and to stay focused. If you are using lights like this constantly during the day, your brain is being told you need to relax, you need to take it easy, which is lovely before bed and during breakfast time. But again, scientific research suggests that we should not be using this lighting all the time. It's not healthy for us. It doesn't energize us. It doesn't keep us alert. Okay guys, so here we are at around 3 o'clock, and as you can see behind me outside, it's pretty much dark here in Sweden at 3 o'clock in December. So this is about the time when people come home from work, perhaps in the next hour or so, or on a weekend you've been out doing activities and now you're back home, and it would be really easy to go from these daylight lights straight to your warm, welcome home, relaxed lights, okay? Don't do it, refrain. Try your very best when you come in to keep this lighting for 2 hours, an hour and a half, whatever you can manage. Honestly, it will keep your energy levels up, you can keep being productive, and then you can absolutely enjoy the relaxed lighting. This is how you can maximize your time and keep up your energy, which was the purpose of this video. Okay everyone, 7 o'clock, which means now we have warm light running throughout the whole apartment, and of course plenty of candles and other cozy ornaments around Christmas time. That brings a close to this video. I hope you found it interesting. Fantastic little bulb. If you live in a cold and dark country, I really think smart bulbs are an effective way to keep you energized. Let me know in the comments if you'd like some more detailed information, if you'd like some follow-up videos on perhaps the iConnect Hue app, and some more detailed instructions on how to run timers and sensors and things like that. This is only really the beginning, and I wanted to get a video out there to show you what you can do with these bulbs in a country like Sweden. So yeah, like, share and subscribe. Thanks so much for tuning in. See you soon.